Egypt's real GDP is forecast to grow upwards to around 0.2%, both for this year and for the previous year. And now the growth is expected to grow by 2.4%, up from the one recorded in 2024 to about 3.8% in 2025 and 4.3% in 2026. So part of the reason why this market is climbing higher. While for the close of Wednesday's trading session, we see that the Nairobi Stock Exchange All-Share Index, that's for Kenya, was up by, well, moderately by 0.12%, 126.18. So that's it for the markets on the African continent. So let's go deeper into what I was saying earlier about the Nigerian stock market. Well, we saw just about, almost about 2 days ago, we saw First Holdco presenting its full year 2024 earnings results, which came in quite impressive. And the board has also proposed a dividend of 60 kobo per share for that banking giant, bank or financial services giant. And not too long after that, we also had UBA releasing their results. But then at the same time, we just have just a couple of minutes ago that other companies have also released their results. So now to give us details into how investors are reacting, because they've reacted to this previous numbers, but how is the latest earnings, how is it affecting the market, investors there? So we bring in Peter Abe, equity trader with Stanbic IBTC Stockbrokers, to give us details about that. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Peter.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so, now you're currently trading at the moment. Can you give us details? What are the reactions to these market numbers? I've just talked about the two banking bellwethers, but what about the other earnings from the likes of Lafarge and other companies listed on the NGX?
All right, you mentioned earlier that we saw First Holdco 2024 numbers and also Q1 for UBA, as well as for MB last week. This morning we had seen WAPCO release their Q1 2025 numbers. These are quite good numbers, and I must say WAPCO currently is on full beat. We expect most of these numbers, having had some negative run last year, we expect them to have overcome most of these Forex challenges, which we have seen FX stabilize. So we expect more of the positive sentiment into these numbers. But if I may just note that most of the numbers went ex-div last week, and few more went ex-div this week. So we expect that investors will have more money in their hand, and that means that there will be likely more dividend reinvestments in the activities on the NGX.
Okay, so now talking about the numbers, and we've seen that the market, it was a holiday shortened week last week, another holiday shortened week this week, and it's going to be another holiday shortened week next week. But so far, the month of April has been, the market has been making some rebound. What is really driving this recovery in the markets?
Yeah, like you said, most of these quarterly numbers, first quarter numbers, are being released. And the expectation is just that we'll be seeing more positive numbers. I mean, I just mentioned WAPCO released their quarter one numbers, which was quite good. Revenue up 8% to 248 billion, and profits for the period was up to 48 billion, which was about more than 800% in terms of increase. year-on-year. So you will see most of these numbers helping the markets. And if you don't forget, the FX had FX last year, but that story is changing. Like Nigerian raised capital, which also helped them to overcome with their loans interest. So I think going forward, we'll see a stabilized income for most of companies, and to definitely help to drive activity of sentiment in markets.
Okay, so Dr. Peter, that takes me to my final question with you. We have just about an hour before the market, the domestic bourse closes, and I'm sure this green number, this green color will be sustained. But what are we to expect from tomorrow and the remaining 3 days, or let's make it 4 trading days remaining for next week?
Yeah, the market has gained 0.46 so far today, which tells us that we are seeing positive sentiment, and we expect that to continue. Just also to mention, like we saw some few positive sentiments in the likes of MTN. So we feel that most of these numbers will continue to see positive sentiment going into the end. I mean, we just have 1 day today, and also more of the numbers will be released. I think they have next week to release their Q1 numbers, just like a deadline. So we expect that to drive activities going forward today and next week.
All right, I just can't wait to see all of this come into play, especially the first quarter, which other equities, other stock markets around the world have been releasing first quarter results. So thank you so much for that analysis and information, Dr. Peter.